and welcome back to the Valley in Shade. You're here with a man named Jack and fantastic guest Dr. Straussberry. Say howdy.
How are you doing?
It's close, it's close. I can feel it, chat. I can feel it.
You're close.
By the end of the animatic, I'm gonna get a howdy out of her.
By the end of the animatic, I'm not going to be saying howdy to anybody.
By the end of the Epic the Musical, I'm gonna get a howdy out of you.
We'll see.
Doubt.
More Epic the Musical, because it's fantastic. We love it. It's good stuff. Today's video is There Are Other Ways, animated by the fantastic Gwendy. This is also one of the crowd favorite animators. A lot of love coming out for Gwendy, just because they've made some real incredible stuff. Of course, don't forget to go put a like on the original video, and we'll throw the subscription out as well. I don't keep track of my subscriptions, but dang, Gwendy, you're incredible. With all that said, let's get right in.
You've lost.
My nymphs are like my daughters, I protect them at all costs. The last time we let strangers live, we faced a heavy loss. You've given me no reason to bestow you with my trust, but everyone's true colors are revealed in acts of lust.
I'm not sure I follow.
I have to talk about the music here. If the other one is reminiscent of a tango, this one is definitely more waltzy / salsa just a little bit, and I kind of dig it. Like, it is also very similar to a tango.
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are
The boob jiggle physics! Look at that charisma! Love it!
You like a charismatic woman, Straussberry?
I do. Also, I kind of like the dress a lot. It's giving Megara a little bit.
Yeah, it's giving her, like, this design, the hair as well is...
It's a lot more simplistic, but I'm kind of down for that, considering the era this is in. Ancient
simple
Greece.
but effective.
Yeah.
You don't need to be complicated to be good.
I'm also just a sucker for, like, window hair.
Window hair?
Yeah, the little at the top.
Oh, like the little upwards back, like up
Yeah.
up here.
Very,
Okay.
very Sephiroth.
There are other means of deceit. There are other roads to the soul.
Orgasms and brownies. Can you name a better duo?
There
I love Odysseus backing away the way he does. He's like, oh no.
Complete 180 from him winning the fight and being in control of the situation to, oh no, what have I gotten myself into?
Oh no, she is sexy. Oh my god. He was also distracted by the boobs there for a second.
Yeah, listen, men are weak. We have our weaknesses.
See, he's got to have a weakness because everybody's got a weakness. I mean, for what? Pandora, it was the box thing. For the Trojans, hey, they bet on the wrong horse, okay?
there are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn. Want to save your men from the fire. Show me that you're willing to burn.
Gotta get that bit again.
Yeah.
But the letting the hair down.
Yeah,
Ooh,
very
Gwendy.
just very reminiscent of this girl is ready.
What's my name? Say my name, bitch!
Yeah, make it work though, Gwendy. Excellent. Like
Very model-esque.
there were a lot of stills in that sequence. There were easily 10, 15, 20. Like, that was almost a full animation level of frame rate. Very good.
Who's to say with the mistakes I've made? Don't be afraid.
Be the last mistakes I ever made.
Don't break when there is so much power, but there's no puppet here.
So, again, this is another song that I think needs to be choreographed. Like, Doobie Box has a short. Unfortunately, it's an unfinished short. I love the versions of this song where they are dancing. where it is now Circe, the one who's leading a little bit, and they kind of go back and forth on who's doing that, and slowly but surely, Odysseus, that's getting weaker for her. And that it feels like such a fun power shift that it's gone from fighting to dancing.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro! Me and you!
And it's this very different kind of sexual power struggle.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I also want to say that the vocals here, again, just like my favorite parts of Puppeteer, the interstitial with them singing a duet in person now together, but trying to sing in different directions, but then coming back together for the so much power, it's good lyricism. It just sounds excellent.
Yeah, like it definitely is. It sounds so much like Circe is getting more and more powerful while Odysseus is getting weaker and weaker, and it's all due to this act of seduction, and it is this very different kind of aggression compared to the Cyclops and Poseidon, where maybe the homosexual undertones are now heterosexual overtones. Like as bisexual as Odysseus might be, he loves the boobs. He's a woman preferer.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's hot. Women. Sexy. Yum.
Odysseus is bi. Let's be real. It's ancient Greece. He's bisexual. It's okay.
It's fine. I'm just saying he's still a woman preferer.
But there's no puppets here.
I love that, it's not a full dance, but I do like that they were swinging together. It's effective for what I need this song to be in. It's also why I chose Gwendy for this one.
Anyways, back on topic. I haven't brought it up yet. I like that her eyes are glowing.
Back on top. This is a woman power song.
This is the price we pay now. There is no line. Never enough, so much power.
I like that. It's kind of a cute little hug because it has been 12 years where he's probably not been experiencing women at all. Like, if he has been cheating, he's been cheating with men. And he's just like, I'm not attracted to pancakes, but it'll do.
Strauss-Berry!
It's not cheating if it's with someone I'm not attracted to, right?
I'm not going to touch that. I'm going to leave that right where you put it and say... Her pushing him back onto the bed, climbing up on top of him, very much in control, and Odysseus reprising I'm Just a Man for this segment in a very different way than it's been reprised in the past. Usually that is reprised for his humanity, for his compassion. Here, it is speaking specifically to his masculinity and how difficult it is to resist when there is a woman who is very, very clearly indicating that she wants some.
I mean, especially when the implication is that he's just a pig. It is such a clever move by Jorge to bring that back in a very different context. Which, by the way, shout out to the wonderful chemistry between Talia and Jorge.
Oh yeah, they ended up together. Are currently dating, I'm pretty sure. Which, if this song sounds like it has incredible sexual chemistry and tension going on, it's because those two people in real life apparently have some pretty good chemistry. And
good for them. I'm so happy for them. They are such a cute little couple on Instagram.
I ship it, honestly. Yeah. I ship it a little bit.
I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
Who knew that Mr. Jalapeno had game?
I don't know if he does have game, because there's a short where those two are together and they've just got a little video of them doing this song, and she is very clearly taking charge of that situation. I don't know if Jorge has game. I think more Jorge got snatched, and I'm okay with that.
I don't know how it happened. I don't know who came on to who or if it was a mutual thing, but keep in mind they were playing those characters.
They are. They
just play them very, very well.
They do. Well, let's be real. Jorge's a catch, and she might have caught him a little bit.
They are both very attractive people.
And that's just as a man. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get in that side tangent. That's too long of a tangent. Well, do you want me to get into it? Do you want to have to? Okay.
I'll cut it if it gets too long.
This is a shout out to all women everywhere. Most men, whether or not they are willing to admit it, want a woman to approach them. Most men feel so categorically unloved, unappreciated, and just unsexy Having a woman give a compliment to a man will make his entire year, which is one of the reasons why these female seductress types usually are portrayed as incredibly alluring and powerful, because of how rare it is for a woman to come on to a man in that fashion. They're really not used to it, and they really want it. So ladies out there, if there's a man that you have your eye on and you're crushing, don't be afraid to make the first move, because a lot of the times the guy might want to and is too shy.
I promise you there are lots of women out there who are making the first move, but guys are too oblivious to catch on.
You gotta be a lady, you can't just be up front,
Shout out to all the women who are not afraid of saying what they want.
There is a line, never enough, so much power, but there's no perfect key.
I can't.
So one thing I actually want to talk about real fast, Anna Flama's animation. Like, this one's here, good in here too, but in Anna Flama's, the penetration
A new hole! Scatter!
on both sides is more explicit. You can tell in that animation that Odysseus is very, very close
Hey, you close? You close?
to crossing the line.
Right.
Whereas here, it's just a hug. And you can argue that it's more implied here, like nothing HBO-esque is going on.
Like, this one is keeping it pretty PG-13, yeah. And I respect that.
I mean, I prefer it this way to an extent. I like that there's no nudity.
Yeah, I respect that. But this is
one where I would want to watch with a crowd of people.
But this is also the moment that I've been waiting for to talk about a little bit. Circe with the knife. This is a depiction that a lot of animators and animatics go for. That this entire seduction thing was just a bit to get Odysseus to drop his guard so that she could stab him in the back. That is a very common interpretation of this song, and it is completely at odds to what I thought was happening when I first listened to this musical. Because when Odysseus wins the fight, the line of the previous song is, "I just ate a flower, one that claims your power." My understanding was, in the previous song, he had rendered her basically powerless at that point, and she is at the point of saying, "You've beaten me, and you just want me to give you back your men so you can leave. Let me see if you deserve it." There are other ways of persuasion, there are other roads to the soul. My take on this song, when I was just listening to it free from any visuals, was that she actually did want to do the horizontal tango to see what kind of person Odysseus was. Is he aggressive? Is he gentle? Does he have any regard for his partner? Does he know how to...
She doesn't know about Penelope. I doubt it.
Yeah. Does he know how to find, the elusive C word? Will he get her to completion? There are a lot of things that you can learn about a partner in the act of coitus.
I thought she was just DTF.
Yeah.
I think this is more of a canon version of the intention behind the song. Like, I do like that she pulled out her sexuality as a weapon.
Still an incredible song. Great animatics.
So much power, but there's no perfect key.
I can't. Back at home, my wife awaits for me.
So I like that he's looking at ducks over here. Like, I think they're supposed to be swans, but in my opinion,
geese, honestly. The shape of the bill is giving geese.
Shush!
Let me tell you a little story about a man named Shh.
I'm talking. It should be ducks because apparently Penelope's name means ducks.
Aww.
Like, a little tidbit right there is that Penelope's dad did not want her as a baby.
Oof.
And threw her away, I think, into a lake or some kind of body of water.
Oof.
And she was saved by ducks. And from then on, Penelope's father did in fact want her. And I guess he thought that was cute. Like, oh, my little baby girl, she was saved by duckies. That means she's probably blessed by the gods.
I don't know what Greek god is affiliated with ducks, but if anyone knows, put it in the comments, because they looking out for Penelope.
She's my everything, my Penelope.
Very, very cute scene in the reflection there.
Yeah. Also, great design on Penelope.
Yeah, the gigantically sized earrings, they work. That's a fashion choice, but they work for her.
And she's all my power, all my power.
Why am I like teary? Come on.
But it's been 12.
So again, this is another reason why I think the thing that Odysseus comes up with during the fight with Circe shouldn't necessarily be a normal Cyclops. It can be an animal with a cycloptic eye, I don't care. But I want to see something that harkens back to the family dynamic within him. Because he just said, she's all my power. So I want to see something giant duck. The owl, because there's a cut song where Athena helps Penelope and Odysseus get together, or the wolf, because that's a combination of Penelope and Odysseus' love via Telemachus.
Or just have him summon the terrible goose and have Circe recoil in horror upon seeing the terrible goose.
When you go out into the wild and you see a goose out there, they'll honk the ankles off you, bro.
I would love to see an animation of the terrible goose straight out of Untitled Goose Game, waddling circles around a chimera, not getting hit at all, and you turn around and then the goose has somehow stolen Circe's necklace and her powers. Like, when did that even happen? It's the terrible goose. He just does things.
I just ruined your whole day. Isn't that funny? 12 long years, oh, 12 long years since I have seen my wife, and now the god of tides is out to end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
So I really liked that look on Circe's face as he's singing to her. Like, yeah, this look right here, it definitely looks
pensive.
Yeah.
You know?
To end my life. So I beg you, Circe, grant us mercy and let us puppets leave.
Poseidon, eh? There might be a way to evade him. There might be a way to get home. Though this other way's very dangerous, it might be your one final hope. I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is this prophet is dead.
Yeah. This is another one of those defining moments for animatics. That bass drop, there's a lot of different things you can do with that scene. Having it overlay the prophet's silhouette in this eerie blue glow, it's good stuff. One of the other animatics, probably a Gigi one, because apparently hers are the only ones I remember, has this bit where Circe is pouring ingredients into a cauldron, and when that bass drop, she puts the final ingredient in, and the cauldron flares up, and that's what causes the lighting change.
I know of a brilliant prophet. Problem is this prophet is dead. I can't get you home, but I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Literally.
Go to hell, Odysseus.
Literally telling our man to go to hell.
I'll release your men and I'll get you to the underworld instead.
Wait, you're helping us?
There are many ways of persuasion. There are many modes of control.
Speaking of things, ladies, that you can do to catch any man, you're not likely to ever find a man on his knees. But if you take any long, slender object and tilt his chin up to look at you...
Just use your finger.
Doesn't matter what sex or gender a person is, that is sexy to everyone, universally.
Control, maybe showing one act of kindness leads to kinder souls down the road. I remember actions of passion. I have been in love once before.
Don't ever tell me what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on with Circe's love past.
I don't mind a few mysteries.
they can stay that way.
Yeah, this is a really interesting still, implying that she fell in love with a merman, but for some reason a creature that looks like Scylla is in the background. Like,
I mean, it looks like Circe's silhouette, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or Scylla somehow got in the way of that. I'm not sure. But it makes sense that there's something tragic here going on outside of that. Like, she is associated with Poseidon somehow as well. For all I know, maybe her ex is Poseidon.
No man is worth the aggravation.
I do find it interesting that Scylla is in the silhouette over here.
Mm-hmm. The silhouette. The cute little piggies.
I don't think the pigs are as cute in this one. This one just looks straight up mad.
I think they're cute.
It just looks like they're looking at her ass. She's like,
hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
There's still men under there. You know what would really be funny in the previous song is if the animal that she had used was a bear.
Bear.
That
she chooses the bear. Yeah. That would make a lot of people upset. Good, do it. It would be very funny.
I would think that's really, really funny, especially with the one we watched by Pyrite, where I'm interpreting Odysseus as taking Circe's power away from her as very implicative of something else.
For the record, I also choose the bear, so I'm not surprised when my wife similarly chooses the bear.
Yeah.
More boob jiggle physics.
I love it. Thank you so much, Gwendy.
Thank you for your gift of boob jiggle, Gwendy.
So, this is a lamb, right?
I think so.
I don't know what this is supposed to imply. There's definitely a reason why Gwendy chose to animate this. Is this, you think this was like the last sheep from the cave?
Maybe? Hold on, if we go back to crop mode and we just search for lamb, is anyone else talking about, no one's talking about the lamb down in the comments section? I don't know exactly what that's about either.
I can come up with headcanons.
That lamb looks upset.
Yeah.
Is part of the thing. It's like, it was the lamb know it's about to be eaten. It's like, I thought I was gonna get away scot-free when all the men turned into pigs, but now they're gonna eat me anyways. Damn.
Well, that sucks.
I would love to know what Gwendy would have to say for that, but until then, I think this is probably just the last lamb that they had from the cave. Maybe the lamb resents the men being turned back. It's like, how did you ate my entire family? You took me away from my home.
That would be an interesting interpretation on it, because this is one of those moments where, are either of them really in the right or in the wrong for what they do here? Yeah, okay, maybe it's a nice thing that she's turning the men back and letting them go, but this lamb is going to suffer for it. Is it objectively good? Not from the lamb's point of view. That was an animatic by Gwendy with NS2D Studios. Fantastic job, Gwendy.
I think one headcanon that I want to come up for the lamb real fast is maybe she decided to keep Alpinor behind and turn him into a little lammy lamb.
Which one's Alpinor again?
The one that dies is supposed to be canonically dead. The one that fell off the roof. But maybe in Gwendy's version, that's not what happened. Maybe she did take a liking to one of them. The one that got the boop got turned into a lamb. You know, that's going to be my headcanon.
I'm okay with that,
until it is explicitly said otherwise.
With all that said, any final parting thoughts?
Good job all around, Gwendy. That's beautiful work. Thank you for the boob jiggles. Thank you for the swaying. It is a very sexy one. And I think that's one of the reasons why I prioritize this one in my rewatches of the entire musical, because I feel like it's one that should be sexy.
Thank you very much, Gwendy. Fantastic stuff. Love your work. With all that said, again, don't forget to go like the original video, throw a subscribe at Gwendy, and if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to comment, because if you don't comment, you're not real. We will see you next time, but until then, I don't know, something about the dark side.
Blah, 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 blah.
My outro changes every single time. Hard!
There are other ways of persuasion. There are other modes of control. There are other means of deceit. There are other roads to the soul. There are other actions of passion. You have so much left to learn. Want to save your men from the fire? Show me that you're willing to burn.
Who's to say with the mistakes I've made
Don't be
that they will be the last mistakes I ever made?
Don't break when
There is so much power, but there's no puppets here.
This is the price